In the land of the maple leaf and majestic landscapes lies a truth often overlooked by visitors and residents alike. Canada, renowned for its beauty and cultural diversity, comes with a hefty price tag. From the moment Canadians wake until they retire to their abodes, the cost of living in the Great White North stealthily nibbles away at their hard-earned dollars. It's a silent assassin, slowly but surely draining bank accounts and leaving many feeling like they're swimming upstream in a river of expenses. According to a recent report by Yahoo, Canada ranks as the 12th most expensive country in the world, just 6 positions behind the country's neighbors to the south. It's a bitter pill to swallow, especially considering the average Canadian household spends a jaw-dropping $67,126 per year on basic necessities like housing, food, and transportation. It's not just the big-ticket items that are causing Canadians to feel the pinch. Even the little things that many of us take for granted, like milk or a cup of coffee, come with a shocking price tag. In this revealing exploration, other gobsmacking items and services we would consider include cell phone services, milk and vegetables, healthcare, gasoline, housing, credit card fees, and cigarettes. A recent study by livingcosts.org found that the average cost of milk in Toronto is a whopping $2.89 per liter. That's nearly double the price in New York City. And if you're looking to grab a cold medicine after a cold winter day, be prepared to shell out about $12.70, a cost that would make even the most devoted ice hockey fan think twice. It's a tough pill to swallow, but the reality is that living in Canada means constantly having to balance the books and make tough choices about where to allocate your hard-earned money. And with inflation at a 40-year high of 6.8% as of 2022 and 3.9% as of 2023, there's no telling how much the cost of living will only continue to rise in the years to come. In this video, we will unravel 7 items that are putting a serious strain on Canadian wallets, from the essentials we can't live without to the little luxuries we enjoy. These items have one thing in common: they cost way more in the Great White North than they do in most parts of the world. To ensure a comprehensive insight, we will also delineate the main and secondary utilities of these products, factors affecting their cost, and finally, why they are painfully exorbitant. If you are planning a trip or contemplating a move to the Canadian soil, pay close attention to the insights unveiled in this exploration. Understanding the financial landscape of Canada is essential for visitors and prospective residents alike to navigate the Canadian economy. From the cost of communication to the price of a roof over everyone's head, being well informed about these expenses can help individuals make informed decisions and better manage their finances in the Great White North. Number 1 on our list is cell phone services. In today's hyper-connected world, our smartphones are more than just communication devices, they're our lifelines. We use them for everything, from staying in touch with our loved ones to managing our busy schedules and entertaining ourselves on the go. But all that connectivity comes at a steep price in Canada. According to a recent report by the Canadian Radio, Television and Communications Commission, or the CRTC, the average Canadian household spends a staggering $92.08 per month on cell phone services. That's over $1,100 per year. So what's behind these eye-watering costs? A significant factor is the lack of competition in the Canadian telecom market, with just 3 major players, Bell, Rogers, and TELUS, controlling over 90% of the market share. They have little incentive to lower prices or offer better deals. Plus, the high cost of building and maintaining cell phone towers across Canada's vast and rugged terrain means that providers pass those expenses on to consumers. Second on our list is a staple in every Canadian fridge: milk and vegetables. We pour milk over our morning cereal, add it to our coffee, and use it in countless recipes. But have you ever stopped to wonder why this essential food item costs so much? In Toronto, Canada, the average price of a liter of milk is around $2.89, nearly double the price in the United States. According to a 2021 study, Quebecers pay the highest prices for milk in the country at roughly $2.97 per liter. When compared to the rest of the globe, Canada's milk prices are in the top 10 at $2.89 per liter on average. The culprit behind this dairy dilemma is Canada's supply management system, which limits the amount of milk that farmers can produce and sets a fixed price for milk sold to processors. While this system is intended to protect Canadian dairy farmers and ensure a stable milk supply, it also means that consumers are are paying a premium for this household staple. And with the cost of animal feed, energy, and other inputs on the rise, it's likely that milk prices will continue to climb in the years to come. Talking about vegetables, dietitians will tell you that eating your veggies is key to maintaining a healthy lifestyle. Meanwhile, filling up on these nutritious gems in Canada can quickly drain your bank account. A recent study by Dalhousie University found that the cost of fresh vegetables in Canada has increased from 5% to 7%, with some items like lettuce and cucumbers seeing even steeper price hikes. So what's causing this veggie inflation in Canada? A big factor is the rising cost of transportation and labor. With Canada's vast geography and limited growing season, many of the nation's vegetables are imported from warmer climates, which means that they have to travel long distances to reach the grocery store shelves. The COVID-19 pandemic also disrupted supply chains and led to labor shortages on farms and processing plants, further driving up costs. Third is something that affects every Canadian at some point in their lives: healthcare. While Canada's publicly funded healthcare system is often touted as a point of national pride, the reality is that it comes with some pretty hefty price tags. According to the Canadian Institute for Health Information, Canada spent a staggering $308 billion on healthcare in 2021, over $8,000 per person. And with an aging population and rising costs for drugs and medical technology, that number is only expected to grow in the coming years. So why does healthcare cost so much in Canada? A big factor is the sheer complexity of the system. With 13 different provincial and territorial healthcare systems, each with unique features and challenges, there's a lot of duplication and inefficiency that drives up costs. Plus, Canada's vast geography means that delivering healthcare services to remote and rural areas is often more expensive than in urban centers. But it's not just catering to their physical health that's taking a toll on Canadian wallets. Mental health is also coming at a high cost. Mental health services such as therapy and counseling are often not covered by public healthcare plans, which means that Canadians are forced to pay out of pocket or rely on limited employer-provided benefits. With the economic crisis and the technical recession taking a severe toll on Canadians' mental well-being, the demand for these services has skyrocketed, leading to even higher costs and longer wait times. Fourth, let's talk about something that affects nearly every Canadian adult: gasoline. Whether commuting to work, running errands, or hitting the road for a weekend getaway, filling up your tank is a necessary evil. But in Canada, that evil comes with a weighty price tag. According to the CBC, the average price of gasoline in Canada is currently around $1.478 per liter. That's nearly 50% higher than the price in the United States. So what's behind these sky-high fuel costs? Well, a big factor is taxes. In Canada, gasoline is subject to a federal excise tax of 10 cents per liter and provincial taxes that vary depending on where you live. These taxes are intended to fund infrastructure projects and encourage the use of more environmentally friendly modes of transportation. But they also mean that Canadian drivers are paying a premium at the pump. Plus, with the global price of oil on the rise and the Canadian dollar often struggling against the US dollar, gasoline prices will likely continue to climb in the years to come. Fifth is something on every Canadian's mind these days: housing. Whether you're a first-time homebuyer, a renter, or a long-time homeowner, the high cost of housing in Canada is likely keeping you up at night. According to the Canadian Real Estate Association, the actual, not seasonally adjusted, national average sale price posted a 3.5% year-over-year increase in February. In the Greater Toronto Area, the average home price is currently around $1,108,720, more than double the average price in the United States. In major cities like Vancouver, prices are even higher, with the average home costing over $1 million. So what's driving these astronomical housing costs? Well, a significant factor is supply and demand. With Canada's population snowballing, particularly in urban areas, there simply aren't enough homes to go around. Plus, with low interest rates and easy access to credit, more and more Canadians are entering the housing market, driving up prices even further. With the COVID-19 pandemic causing many Canadians to reassess their living situations and seek out larger homes with more outdoor space, demand for housing has only increased. But it's not just the cost of buying a home that's putting a strain on Canadian wallets. Renting is also becoming becoming increasingly unaffordable. The asking rent for all residential property types in Canada is around $2,193 per month, nearly 30% of the average Canadian's monthly income. And in major cities like Toronto and Vancouver, rents are even higher, with the average one-bedroom apartment costing well over $2,000 monthly. So what's behind these sky-high rental costs? A central contributing element is the lack of affordable housing supply. With more and more Canadians priced out of the home buying market, the demand for rental housing has skyrocketed, allowing landlords to charge premium prices. Plus, with the COVID-19 pandemic causing many Canadians to lose their jobs or experience reduced income, the need for affordable rental housing has only become more urgent. On number 6, let's talk about what affects nearly every Canadian consumer: credit card fees. Whether using your credit card to make everyday purchases, book a vacation, or earn rewards points, you're likely paying a bulky price for the privilege as a Canadian or resident. According to a recent Canadian Federation of Independent Business report, the average Canadian household spends over $500 per year in credit card fees, more than any other country in the world. So what's behind these sky-high fees? One determining factor is the interchange fees credit card companies charge merchants for processing transactions. In Canada, these fees can be as high as 2.5% of the total purchase amount, which merchants often pass on to consumers through higher prices. Plus, with many Canadians relying on credit cards to make ends meet, credit card debt is on the rise, leading to even higher fees and interest charges. Finally, on number 7 is something that affects a significant portion of the Canadian population: cigarettes. While smoking rates have been declining in recent years, over 12% of Canadians still smoke, and the high cost of cigarettes is becoming a bane of existence for this minority. The average price of a pack of cigarettes in Canada ranges from $12 to $16, more than double the price in the United States. If you're left wondering what's behind this sky-high cost on such a trivial item, a big factor is taxes. In Canada, cigarettes are subject to federal and provincial taxes, which can add up to over 60% of the total price. These taxes are intended to discourage smoking and fund healthcare costs associated with smoking-related illnesses. Still, they also mean that smokers are paying a hefty price for their habit. Plus, with the government constantly looking for ways to raise revenue, cigarette taxes will likely continue to climb in the years to come. While it's easy to feel frustrated and overwhelmed by these high costs, it's important to remember that you can mitigate the impact of these items and services on your finances. Whether it's shopping around for better deals, cutting back on unnecessary expenses, or advocating for policy changes that address the root causes of these high costs, there are indeed ways to make life in Canada a little more affordable. If you like this video, hit the like button and help us spread the word. And don't forget to subscribe to get notifications on our latest news and analysis. In the meantime, check out one of these videos here to learn more. Thanks for watching.